Right, one I'm looking forward to. My boy, Ross Pearson, Ross the Boss, against Dan Hooker. Book's been written on Ross Pearson by now. You know what he does. He's a good hard kicker, really excels with his left hook. Got quality boxing, nice jab, nice right hand, nice body shots. But what he really does well is duck and inside slip. Less so the outside slip, doesn't really use it as much, but a nice inside slip leads perfectly into the counter left hook. You saw him start Sam Cecilia. Was it Sam Cecilia? You're breaking my heart. And George Soteropoulos, same things. You know, if you can slip to the left side and come back with the left hook, it's always good if you can do that in range. It's the king of the counter punches. Basically trumps any punch in an exchange. If you've got a good one, that is. And Ross Pearson do have a good one. Dan Hooker, very tall lad for lightweight. Trying to remember when I've seen him fight before. But he's a Kiwi, and we are in New Zealand, so he's probably going to be the fan favourite for this one. 6 foot tall as a lightweight, very unusual. Donald Cerrone style height there. Would hope, if his coaches have been doing their leg work, probably a lot of leg work. Sorry, yeah, but would hope that he's going to use a lot of kicks in this fight with his height, and also the fact that if you start throwing round kicks to the body and head of Ross Pearson, he becomes a lot more reluctant to duck down for his slips and counters, and that makes him a lot more hittable when he's standing upright. Cub Swanson nailed him with the right hand basically by throwing kicks at him all the fight until he stood upright. A couple of other guys have had success doing that with him too. But let's see what happens. I'm going to count you down into the Let's Get It On equivalent by Neil Swales, the referee, who I've never heard of. At least it's not unmerciful Steve Percival. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, noticeable height discrepancy, just as we knew. Hooker looking quite slow on his feet to start with. Pearson very much more... Oh, nice low kick from Hooker to the outside of the lead leg there. Always a good way to stifle someone who likes to move their head a lot. When they move their head, they are planted on their feet. They can't pick them up and check while they're doing it. Another nice low kick from Dan Hooker. Lovely. Pearson circles round. Goes to step in with the jab and Hooker leaves. Oh! Lovely counter right hand to the body and left hook upstairs as Hooker jabs. That's the danger. If you're stepping against Ross Pearson, he's going to be throwing counters. Lovely inside low kick from Pearson. Need to see Hooker go back to those low kicks. They were lovely and working well. Another one, but almost gets head kicked off it by Pearson. Front kick. Gets caught. Jab. Almost countered with the right hand. A lot of fighters could learn a lot from watching Ross Pearson's counterfighting. It's very slick. And it's a nice example of how you use head movement well in MMA. Another nice outside low kick by Dan Hooker. Really needs to keep the distance, do that more, and mix it up with some high kicks so that, Pearson isn't just waiting to time the counter right hand. Another nice low kick. Gets away scot-free, lovely. Couple of jabs, throwing him out non-committal, which is really what you want to do against Pearson. You don't want to be stepping in with big heavy jabs, assuming you're going to hit him. Single leg into the left hand. I liked that from Pearson, but now he's put himself along the fence. Jab, low kick. Yes, Hooker's using his range well now. You can see that he's Pearson's having to leap for him in the aftermath of these kicks. Nice parry at the left high kick there, which was almost into a perfect left hook. Masvidal style. Hooker using the feints. Feints very important against a counter fighter of Pearson's ability. Another right straight to the body and a leaping left uppercut which doesn't quite connect. Nice low kick from Dan Hooker. He's getting Pearson leaping, which is really good. If you've got a guy like that leaping for punches, you can start trying to counter them in the wake of their own attempts to reach for you. Nice front kick to the body. Jab to the body from Ross Pearson. Right hand catches him as he's kicking. That's the danger. Really got to be careful when you're throwing those right low kicks naked. You've got to try and scramble the signal so that he doesn't just time you. That's how Max Holloway put Jose Aldo off kicking in their fight. He was just always in position to step in with the right hand. The one time Jose did, nailed him with the right hand, didn't kick again. Nice inside low kick from Pearson. That right to the body, left upstairs is he's connecting on the body shot, but he's missing on the headshot. Oh, nice low kick. And a counter left hook there from Hooker as he goes backwards. That's what we were talking about. He's getting Pearson running for him, and that's when you can start catching with check hooks and things like that. Pearson lunges in with an uppercut. Pearson really needs to be double jabbing and finding ways to make Hooker move without opening himself up too much. Nice right straight to the body, but leaned very deep for that. Leaps for the left uppercut again. Well, now we're moving Hooker towards the... Oh, nice left hook and in on the hips along the fence. I was just about to say we're moving Hooker towards the fence, which is what you want when you're dealing with a guy that long who's going to step back and make you run through the distance and try and counter hook you. Hooker's out in the middle. Oh, shot from Hooker. Stuffed by Pearson. Up to the feet again. Pearson's back is towards the fence now. Oh, front kick to the face. Grazes off. Counter right hand by Pearson. Yeah, Pearson needs to start putting Hooker towards the fence. Moving him there with faked kicks and faked jabs or double jabs. Can't just keep running through this distance. It's not a great way to... It's not a great look to the judges, most importantly, but it also opens you up to counter hooks and things like that. Slapping low kick from Pearson there. Had to run up into it. Hooker's doing really well controlling the distance so far. Oh, lovely right low kick. Turns Pearson all the way around. Pearson goes for a back kick just to show that he wanted to spin. Steps in with the right hand and a duck, but doesn't achieve anything with it. That's the sort of move he should be using to try and maneuver Hooker into a better place in the cage. Instead, he's just sort of using it to try and get in on him as fast as possible. End of the round. I'm very impressed with Dan Hooker's work so far. When he came out at the start of the round, I thought, okay, is he just going to low kick? It's not really going to work if he does that. But he's throwing the jab, he's throwing the feints, throwing the front kick to the face, which is really a pain in the ass for a guy who likes using his head movement. Pearson really reaching for him at the end there, and that's, he's been subtly lured into doing the opposite of the counterpuncher's role. He's normally the guy who sits there and waits for the punches to come in and then counters. Now he's waiting, getting hit in the leg or the face or whatever, and then lunging in the aftermath of the strike and going after Hooker across a large distance, which leaves Hooker free to get away or check hook him. Showing some highlights of the low kicks. There really were a lot of them, actually. And again, that's one of the things about a guy who likes to move his head and slip stuff. His feet have to be planted to do it. You can't pick your feet up and check kicks while you're moving your head around. Right, start of the second round. 3, 2, 1. And we're off. Pearson's moving forward now. This is what you want to see. Try and move him towards the fence. Nice inside low kick. Nice low kick from Hooker again. Leaping uppercut again. Leaping left hook again. Now we're towards the fence and he's let him off again. He's getting him towards the fence and then he's not doing anything with it. Goes past him. Really need to start using that cage to cut off Hooker's retreat. Use it as an ally in this fight. If they fight out in infinite space, the tall guy who's controlling the distance is always going to win every exchange. Nice right hand to the body again. He's just leaping uppercut again, and that leaping uppercut is looking more and more vulnerable every time Pearson does it. I'm quite worried about him getting checked hook when he does it. Nice jabs by Hooker as he moves backwards across the cage. Doing a good job of keeping himself off the fence. And this is like the real story with a fighter who uses a lot of head movement. I mean, if you think about Mike Tyson, he lived and died by the jab. His best punches came when the opponent missed jabs because it opens them up and he was able to counter. His worst performances came when he couldn't get past the jab and he started eating 1 or 2 or 3 in a row. Inside low kick. Pearson inside, but eats a nice jab. Another nice jab. If you can't get the timing of that jab down, he's really going to struggle to land any good counters. And of course, if he can't close the distance, he's going to struggle to throw any good counters. Nice faked right hand to the body there. He's trying to move. He's getting closer in now. There we go. Nice left up jab. That's the thing, he's having to bite down on his mouthpiece and just move closer before he punches, because he can't keep leaping for him. Inside low kick, outside low kick. Hooker's looking more and more comfortable. Nice right straight. Oh, gets clubbed with a left hook, and he's on the fence. This is where Pearson should be moving in and banging the body. Oh, left up jab again. Left to the body. Front kick from Hooker. Another front kick from Hooker. Those front kicks to the body, if he can start landing them without Pearson picking them up and countering, those are really going to drain Pearson over the long haul. Another right low kick. And Pearson's leaps for him are looking less and less fast every time. Slower, that's the correct term. They're looking slower each time. Right, Pearson's reaching for the jab now to parry it. And this is where Hooker can start to loop the long left hook round the side if he wants to. Look how Pearson is reaching for that jab when normally he keeps his hands up and tries to slip. Right hand to the body from Pearson. Pearson's looking bloodied up already. Well, it has been, 1.5 rounds of getting hit in the face. Oh, beautiful knee as Pearson leaps in. That looked like it was the leaping left hook, and then he got hit after it. Wow. Very good fight from Dan Hooker. Controlled the distance, did everything he needed to make the most of his reach. And it looked like, I'm going to have to wait for the replay, but it looked like it was that leaping in and then trying to duck a return that saw Pearson duck onto a knee. Let's wait for the replay. Let's have a look then. Pearson leaps in with the left hook and ducks right onto the knee. Yep, that's the danger of the leaping, because you're worried about the counter coming back immediately after, so you duck down, and Hooker timed that perfectly. That was brutal. Pearson, incredible fighter, and I think one of the guys that every young MMA fighter should be studying for the specifics that he brought to the fight, but it seems like we're very much on the end of his career now. Not tonight, maybe, but we're getting into the twilight years.